Welcome back, YouTube family. We are back with another video. And of course, this is going to be part two, kind of part two, of the Thousand Year Blood War arc up to this point. And we're just going to go ahead and keep talking about this wonderful anime, this wonderful animation. The art is so beautiful and crisp and clean, and just proud to be a Bleach fan at this point, man. Just really, really proud to be a day one Bleach fan. Um, it's been an amazing journey, and Kubo didn't play no games when him and his animation team jumped back into this, showing what they're truly made of. But before we do jump back into it, of course, let's not forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get the content as soon as I drop it. And of course, hit that share button, man. Because we're trying to get the community to grow, trying to have more people in the comment section. You know, we want to keep the conversation going. And of course, you know, trying to hit that 1,000 sub this year. Hopefully we can do it. You know, it's been ever elusive up to this point, but we're gonna keep on trying. We're gonna keep on going, man. We're gonna keep on pushing. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So, how we're gonna start off is we're gonna start off talking about Ichigo and you know his encounter with Nail and Pache, because you know they came to the world of the living, asked for help to reclaim Waco Mundo, because they was like, yo, we don't know what to do. Highly Belldowne went and got captured, and it's a mess. They're just slaughtering jokers. So, of course, Ichigo, being the guy he is, he's like, yo, I just want to help who I can, where I can. I'm not worried about who it is and all that, you know, all the history, because, of course, you know, not too long ago, Hollows was his enemy. But, you know, Ichigo's not about that. All he cares about is everybody trying to live in peace, trying to do what he can to make the world safe and all that good stuff, and keep the balance. So, with that being said, no questions asked. He's like, "Yo, I'm in. Let's go. Let's get it." The crew, of course, is with him, all except for Uryu, but because he's a Quincy and Hollows don't mix well with Quincy's, he's like, "Nah, I can't help you on this one. That's a no-go on this time, brother." But Ichigo understands and is like, "Yo, we'll be fine without you anyway. Don't worry about it. Do what you do." So Kisuke, of course, eavesdropping. Not to mention, of course, he noticed Ebern and the fight that Ichigo had with Ebern. You know, of course, he's going to realize it and come trying to see what's going on. So he eavesdropped a little bit and realized, hey, you're going to Waco Mundo? I'm here for you. So he opens up a portal. They going over to Waco Mundo. Almost get caught because, of course, Kisuke drops him off at one of the worst possible places. They're like right above the Quincy that are rounding up the Hollows that didn't die in their invasion. And, you know, but Ichigo's quick with it, and he's like, "Bro, let's go over here. Let's hide real quick." Meanwhile, we get introduced to Kilgate Opie, the jail, and he is having a savage, good time killing off these Hollows, giving them hopes that he'll recruit them, but just killing them left and right. Boom, bam. But but this man is like having way too much fun, and he's actually supposed to be recruiting these jokers, but at the same time, he don't look like he's going to recruit any. So this man is over here just offering themselves, killing them, and promising them life, but he's like,
stop the cap.
But so while he's doing this, Loli and Manoli think they're gonna try and body somebody and end up getting bodied real quick. no oppression whatsoever. They're just no opposition whatsoever. They just get folded super quick. Then Trace Bestia, of course, jump in, they tag in, thinking that they're going to do a little bit, and they actually do. They knock out all the fodder super quick, no problems whatsoever. They knock out the fodder, and then they turn their eyes to Opie, and Opie's like, I'm not gonna be quite the easy win that that fodder was. Don't think you're gonna just take me down like that. It ain't gonna happen. But what I do want to suggest to you is if you side with us, it'll be the deal of the century, man. There's no greater pleasure than serving His Majesty, and he is really adamant about this. He is really excited about that idea. But of course, considering you took Halle Bell as a prisoner, Trace Beastie ain't really feeling that too much. So they go ahead and attack and get off screen. They get folded off screen. And as we go back to them, we see Ichigo pulling up, and they're laid out. Kyogre thinks because he's feeling himself to the utmost, so he's like, "Ooh, Ichigo Kurosaki, you have been deemed a special threat by His Majesty, and so I will go ahead and take care of you right now." Lo and behold, he doesn't know what he's getting himself into. So, of course, before that fight gets started, Trace Beastia unloads Aeon. And Aeon Hulk smashes the life out of him. He pulls a Hulk and Loki type of situation, bro. It's like it's so one sided. And if it hadn't been for the Blue Vein, or Blue Vena, as they end up pronouncing it in the anime, he would have been finished. But he gets right back up, snaps his head back in place, which is pretty freaking gruesome, and just keeps on bodying people. So he starts using his ability to subjugate Reishi and make it his own, so he can use it against everybody. Starts pulling away at Orihime Satenkeshu and her shields and stuff. They start just peeling away and all that. Even start pulling away at their own skin, because of course in Wakamundo or the Soul Society, your body is made of reishi. So your body is pretty much his plaything. It's pretty much Opie's plaything. But not even anything to be concerned about, because Ichigo one-ups him and destroys the disc, which allows him to manipulate said reishi. And Opie gets really mad about that, understandably. But he's like, "Oh, and you happen to pull out your Bankai? So I'm going to try and steal this. Your Bankai is mine." Ichigo's not having that. He's like, "Yo, I just met one of your friends who tried to do that same thing a couple of days ago, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this. Are y'all afraid of Bankai?" And, bro, that sets Opie off. Because my guy Opie, he just is like, he switches to a whole nother gear, gets all worked up and stuff, and lets Kisuke get a nice little seemingly finishing blow off on this man. Didn't quite work that way, but it is what it is in that regard. So, meanwhile, in the Soul Society, everybody's just getting slaughtered. They've already paired off into their groups. I can't remember the Stern Ritter's names because there's so many of them. We got to remember that there's a Stern Ritter for each letter of the alphabet. And even though they didn't introduce every single last one of them in these episodes, they introduced enough of them. that I wasn't really want. Even when I was reading the manga, I didn't keep track of all them joints because I'm like, I gotta remember 26. No, I'm not about to do that. Nah, I'm good. I mean the ones that were the standard, the ones that were like the most talked about, like Royd and Lloyd and them. Yeah, I was like, all right, cool. You, I understand. I'm gonna remember them, but and I actually did a little bit of spoilers, but no, well, not so much. But they kind of get embodied a little bit in the Soul Society, especially the like just the regular like 4 through whatever um, seated officers and anyone below them, they just get embodied. Poor Kara, man, I feel sorry for that dude because he gets one shot before he even gets a chance to really taste action. This man just get Basby, man, you shouldn't have done my boy like that. Like I actually like Kira a little bit, and you didn't have to do him like that. You didn't even give this man a chance to fight. Took him out real quick. You know, Rose sympathizing for his lieutenant, understandably, and the dude with the checkerboard mouth was like, yeah, I don't really understand music and art and all that kind of stuff, but y'all getting y'all behind beat, and you know, unfortunately, y'all aren't really gonna live to appreciate it too much. But then Rose is like, yo, yeah, you definitely don't understand art because you know, if you knew anything, I mourn for my people in the midst of battle, and that's kind of sad because I'm like, man, that's tough. That's deep. But he's like, I'm not going to mourn you guys though. Y'all guys gotta go. I ain't mourning none of y'all. And then Shunsui over here, um, I do remember the Sternritter he was facing off against. His name was, actually, no, I don't, never mind. I don't remember his name right offhand. But he ends up getting shot in the face and getting his eye taken out because he wants to not be serious about the fight, or as serious as he can be about the fight, rather. And then these sorry jokers get that Bankai stuff. Oh my goodness. They don't allow Mayuri to do all the research he needs to do to get their like to discover what they're truly doing with the Bankais. And Suefon, Byakuya, Kamamura, and Toshido all get their Bankai stolen. Y'all have one of the most elite minds in the Soul Society checking up on on the status of what's really happening, and y'all just couldn't take a little bit more time just to relax, chill, and actually understand what's happening. Come on, man, y'all gotta do better. Y'all got to do better, and it's like, and the whole time we got Mayuri over there talking about he he is so mad. He is like, y'all are some fools. Y'all could have let me finish my research, and then I could have told you what was going on instead of you thinking that you have to feel your way through the battle. This one time, I actually got to side with Mayuri on that because that was stupid of him to just jump in and do whatever and take chances. And of course, we understand. Yes, this is an enemy that you're going to need your Bankai for, but you could have held off. You could have looked at all their other abilities and all that. Speaking of an even greater mind, which Mayuri would be mad at me for even saying, Kisuke didn't take no time to analyze that joint because after Ichigo goes ahead and finishes off, or seemingly finishes off, Opie, he gets summoned to the Soul Society and he's on his way through the Garganta. Kisuke analyzes not only Opie's body, but the little disc thing that they use to steal the Bankai from, analyzes that in a matter of minutes. I'm like, bruh, you just made Mayuri look so bad because of how quickly you analyze their abilities and what it is that they're doing. Mayuri would be so insanely pissed off if he figured that out. How quickly you figured that out compared to how long it took him to figure it out. In fact, not only that, but he didn't figure it out. We had to lose Bankais in order for the Soul Society to figure it out. But Kisuke, man, he figured that out so quick. And if I'm Mayuri and I figure this out, I'm absolutely positively livid. I don't know what to do. Like, you have truly caused
emotional damage.
This man is just gotta be like, I don't even know later on. I don't even know if they actually tell him how quickly Kisuke finds this out, but he's gotta be emotionally distraught if he does. I don't even think anybody ever really notices that, except for the fact that I did. I have thought about that numerous times. Considering Mayuri takes several episodes to research this and still doesn't find out until it's already too late, where Kisuke analyzes the body and the pendant and finds it out like that. Now, granted, Mayuri didn't also have one of the little pendants to study. Would have definitely factored into that, but the point is still that happened. Anyway, so like I said before, we celebrated a little too early. OP stands up, one shots Orihime, Chad, and Kisuke, and then puts Ichigo in this jail. They're supposedly not able to hold anyone. It's supposed to be able to hold anybody but Quincy. So that's kind of interesting in itself. But at the same time, it would make sense that they would try and use something like that, considering, Ichigo is still considered a Soul Reaper. But Ichigo goes crazy. He starts rampaging, trying to get up out of this jail, and cannot do it for the life of him. The jail closes off his communication with the Soul Society, so Akon can't do nothing. Akon, I guess they didn't want to make it sound like the music artist, but Akon loses contact with Ichigo. But Ichigo can still hear what's going on, and I don't know. This part makes me wonder, because it's like Ichigo is still able to hear and sense what's going on in the Soul Society. He is seeing Byakuya in his bloody state, where Asnot has just completely wrecked him. He's seeing Renji, where he got drop kicked off of the platform by Master Masculine, and how Rukia got one shot because she got distracted in battle, turned her back on the person she was fighting, and just got clobbered. So I'm like, you can't do that. If you're really fighting somebody in real life, you can't be turning your back on them, because that's not gonna prove to. Especially if that person don't care and they're like, yo, you just turn your back on me. We're fighting. I'm going to knock you out regardless if you turn your back on me or not. And that's it. Lights out. Peace. Holla at you. see you when you wake up. But speaking of Asnot, let's not forget about that Asnot Byakuya fight. When he lost, the others didn't really seem too noticeable. I didn't really care too much for the other three fights where the captains lost their Bankai. Soifon's fight with the Stern Ritter she fought, I didn't really care too much for. Um, because I don't really care too much for her as a character. I'm not even gonna lie. Sorry, Soifon fans, I can't imagine there being too many. Uh, if there aren't any Soifon fans, they're probably just because of her actual look. Because her character is a very beautiful character, but her attitude is just an insane turnoff. But then of course Kamamura. I mean, his attitude. He's got a right attitude, and he is real about his. But I just I don't know. I just don't really care too much for his character. It's like he's too stuck on honor and all this other kind of stuff, and he gets bodied by a little girl. Now, granted, Bombietta ain't no joke. You know, I mean, she can create bombs and blow them up at will, right in your face, which she does to him. And then Toshiro's fight with the Sternberger he fought against wasn't really too impressive because I mean, yeah, he froze his arm, but then he's like, "Yo, this did you just freeze my arm?" I mean, I don't care. I'm just gonna smack you with it and break the ice off, and then I can use it again. Whatever. Who cares? All right. If that's how you feel about it. Even Shunsui, which is one of my favorite captains, he's one of my top 5 favorite captains. His fight really wasn't that interesting because he really wasn't taking his fight serious. So I mean, I didn't really know what to think of his interaction with the old guy, especially with the fact that you let this man shoot you in the face and take out your eye. How, bro, you're way too experienced for that. This shouldn't happen. I mean, granted, he didn't get his. He's not one of the ones that got his Bankai taken away, but still, he actually had a fight that was um, pretty much well documented, and he got shot in the face. He got shot in the face. Got to be more careful. And he has right. The very next thing he says when Yamamoto had that you don't really have much of a choice but to remember the guy he fought against because of course he's the one who ended up taking Sasakibe's Bankai. Driscoll, I believe that's his name. Pretty sure that's his name. He gets way too full of himself. But the thing that he can take on the head captain just because he's stolen his lieutenant's Bankai, bro, you got way too full of yourself. And also you were also bodying Shuhei. Shuhei is one of my favorite lieutenants, but man, I'm like, yeah, you're getting way too ahead of yourself to think that when head captain jumps in, that you're just going to take over and be like, yo, you're nothing. Okay, whatever. Who cares? And let's be real. You got way too full of yourself. Use Sasakibe's Bankai, and you know you're not going to be able to use his Bankai to his level because he spent thousands upon thousands of years perfecting that joint. Like, I don't really understand that to begin with because, I mean, you don't. Granted, you can have all the research you want to about a certain person's abilities, but a Zanpakuto is way different because it actually has a spirit of its own that a Soul Reaper has to commune with, to actually spend time with, to build a bond with. You can't just forge that and just be like, hey, I'm going to just use your ability, and I'm going to be able to use it to the best of its potential. Nah, that don't work. That don't work like that with a Zanpakuto spirit, brother. So yeah, he gets full of himself, pulls out Sasuke based Bankai, uses it on the head captain, and the head captain don't even flinch, bro. It's like, bro, Sasuke, I feel your pain. Your Bankai is being used pathetically, and I feel your grief through this lack of ability to use your Bankai. So this man just pulls Ryujin Jaka out and just wraps, burns Driscoll to ashes right there. He doesn't even have a chance to fall to the ground. He just straight annihilates this man. Imagine being cut down to that extent. Bro. But yeah, man. So I mean, then of course, the other the other main attraction of fight was with Asnot. Asnot was just bodying people because he used his ability, the fear, because again, he's one of the main attraction Stern Ritter that they put a lot of emphasis into, because like he went up against Renji and Byakuya. He stole Byakuya's Bankai, and though he may not have had that synergistic bond with Byakuya's Bankai, he still was able to use it pretty well, pretty effectively, pretty efficiently. But his speech, bruh, Asnot's speech was creepy, bruh. That joint was so creepy. I mean, he definitely got his point across. Especially that scene where they had Byakuya just frozen in place and the flies just engulfed his body, like from like about here down. It's like, ugh. bruh, bruh. You talk about fear. I hate bugs. I absolutely positively hate bugs. I don't have any kind of fear of them, but I hate bugs. They're disgusting. They're absolutely horrendous. I don't like being around bugs. I'm going to definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, try to kill any bug that I don't want in my personal space. Now, if you're out and about, I ain't got no problem with no bug. You do what you do. But once you find yourself in a place where you don't need to be, and I don't feel like you need to be, that's the last time you're gonna breathe air. My little insect friend, that's the last time you will see the light of day. But I shudder just thinking about that joint, man. That's nah, I'm good. But yeah, I mean that's really where we left off. I'm gonna continue because these segments are gonna be long, and this one I might just go ahead and throw out with little edits at all because of how long they are. And I just want to go ahead and get content out for you guys so that we can catch up and all that good stuff. But like I said, we're gonna pick back up because with Ichigo in the jail, he's gonna break out soon, obviously, and then And then Captain Yamamoto has hit the battlefield, went to the front line, so that's going to be insane. And the whole revelation of everything that comes next is going to be monumental. And there's going to be some that are, I don't know how many parts these first 13 episodes are going to be put into, but this is part 2, so we're just going to go from there. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Y'all go ahead and hit up the comment section. Go crazy. Tell me what y'all think about what I have talked about so far. No spoiling for anybody, please. Do not spoil in the comment section below. Please don't spoil in the comment section down below. But I will catch y'all in the next video. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you get the content as soon as I drop it. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Deuces.